Hi there. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to ask you an important question. Are you wondering why your hard work isn't reflecting in your bank account? If so, I've got something that could change the game for you. With my Digital Product Accelerator one-on-one coaching program, I'm on a mission to help entrepreneurs like you bank consistent revenue without sacrificing your time or sanity. Imagine shifting from 90% client-facing work to enjoying consistent revenue from your digital products, all while reclaiming your time. You already know that you don't need another course, and a one-size-fits-all approach isn't going to cut it. What you need is a strategic, long-term plan tailored just for you. So if you're ready to build the profitable, freedom-giving business you've dreamed of, apply to work with me by going to destinycop.com/apply. I cannot wait to learn more about you and your business. Welcome to the Course Creators MBA podcast. I'm your host, Destiny Cop. And in this podcast, we're going to cover actionable tips and strategies to grow your online course business. So today I want to talk about Evergreen sales funnels and how they create freedom in your business. I don't know about you, but I'm a very busy mom. One of the reasons why I started my venture into entrepreneurship was to have the freedom to work when I wanted. Our schedule is jammed packed. I have 4 boys. 2 of them are still in elementary school, and after school and on the weekends, we're at baseball tournaments, we're at practice. My boys are into tennis, they do basketball, they do football, really almost every sport, you name it. And one of the things I cannot do is constantly a live launch. You know, those really big live launches where you promote for weeks and weeks and weeks. You have your webinar training and then a cart close a week after that. That is absolutely not the reason why I started my online course business. And I'm sure you can relate. I know my audience. I've spoken to many of you, and I know that you want freedom in your business to work when you want to work. So let's talk about an evergreen sales funnel and what that means. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, when I reference an evergreen sales funnel, let me walk you through exactly what it is. So basically, an evergreen sales funnel is an automated sales funnel. So depending on how you have your set up, your online course prospect finds out about your business. Perhaps they find out about it through a lead magnet that you have on your website or on your social media profiles, or perhaps you're running Facebook ads and they find out about you through an ad. This could be a Facebook ad where you promote your recorded webinar training, or it could be that someone signs up for your lead magnet, like maybe you have like a free mini course, and at the end of your welcome series, you invite them to join you in your free recorded training. So that's the training that you've recorded. Maybe you recorded it from a live webinar that you did in the past. And at the end of your training, you introduce your program and how you can help them. And after that, after the webinar is done or your training is done, you begin your email retargeting series for those who didn't buy then on the training. And maybe you do some retargeting Facebook ads for those who watched your webinar or visited your sales page. That's basically what an evergreen automated webinar is. It's all automated. You're not having to be there live for the webinar. You're not doing a live launch. People are coming in through your sales funnel. They're learning more about you, your business, but most importantly, how you can help them. So they have a pain or a migraine that they want to solve, and they want to know how you can help them. So Evergreen webinar sales funnels are so very powerful. They allow you to enroll students into your online course or program without you constantly having to do a live launch week after week after week to bring in money for your business. But most importantly, they allow you to focus on what's important to you and how you want to spend your time. So let me walk you through a discussion I had with one of my clients yesterday. And this was actually the inspiration for our episode today. She had just completed her second live launch and it went very well. So she was extremely happy with her results. We walked through all the data for her live launch and confirmed that she was ready to evergreen her sales funnel. Actually, she was more than ready to evergreen her sales funnel. And this was a huge step for her because she had been working on this for a while. She had put in tons of work, getting everything right. And she had just been awarded, in addition to this, she had just been awarded a long-term consulting gig with a client. So she has a consulting firm that she loves to do these, these consulting gigs. So it was definitely something that she wanted to focus on. So we talked about how she could evergreen her online course and, put a sales funnel in to bring in consistent revenue for her business. And then later on, if she wanted to come back in and do a live launch, maybe once a quarter or twice per year, or maybe she wanted to do a 3 or 5 day challenge in the future, that it was completely up to her and she had the freedom to decide. So basically she's setting up her business so that she has her, her base evergreen sales funnel. She might do some consulting gigs here and there. And then if she wants to come back, she's like, can I go back and do a live launch here and there? I said, absolutely. If you want to infuse a little bit of extra cash into your business, absolutely, you can do that. So sometimes I'm asked is, how do I evergreen my online course sales funnel? So people have gone through a live launch and they're like, well, what are my next steps? What do I do next? And a lot of them asked, can I just replicate what I did in my live launch? And what I always tell them, the answer is yes and no. There are definitely certain elements that you can replicate from your live launch. So for instance, your sales funnel emails can be replicated. Maybe you need to go back and tweak them here or there, depending on, what your data says and also maybe what you said in them. In your live launch, but you certainly don't have to start all of your emails from scratch. The other thing that you do not have to start from scratch is your recorded webinar. So I always like using a recorded webinar from one of my live launches for my evergreen sales funnels. And that's, if you can. There may be certain instances or certain things that happen in your live launch that you wouldn't want to bring into an evergreen sales funnel. But I will say that the excitement and energy that you get from a live webinar or a live training that you've done is not something that you can generally replicate when you record with no one else on the webinar but yourself. So that's something that you can take from your live launch and take that recording and put it in your evergreen sales funnel. So that saves you a ton of time. But the biggest difference between a live webinar and an evergreen webinar is the strategy to connect with your audience throughout the entire sales funnel. So with a live webinar, right, this is easier. You're there live, you can answer questions, you can build that connection with your audience. But with evergreen webinars, you need to set up your marketing strategy so you're building that connection throughout your entire sales funnel, from your paid advertising strategy, which is how you're attracting prospects into your funnel on a daily basis, all the way to the bottom of the funnel, which is when the prospect is in the decision stage. And this, my friend, can definitely be done with the right marketing strategy. You can definitely build those connections when you are doing when you have the right marketing strategy in place. I hope you found this episode helpful and you know the power of setting up an evergreen sales funnel and how that creates freedom in your business. Bye for now.